All right, guys, there is nothing that will halt progress faster than being notified that your air conditioner is out for delivery. So we are going to get Sean up on my van. We're going to get it into the shop, get Sean up on my van, and start taking my deck off so that maybe by the end of the day, I have a dehumidifier, air conditioner. Oh man, this has been a long time coming. I didn't think I'd ever do this, but it's happening today. I am sweating just thinking about this air conditioner. So I think what's going to happen is I'm going to end up losing some solar. I've got 600 watts up there, and I feel like at the end of the day, I'm not going to have 600 watts. So I have a Velit 350. They are huge panels. They literally pull 350 watts. So I'm putting an external solar housing. It's a shore power for solar so that I don't have to pinch my cables in my door. And since I'm in the shop, I'm going to go ahead and do that today. I measured over 3.5, down 6.5. And that's going to come in right in that rear pillar. So I just need to very carefully, because I have wires back there. Okay. Now I'm going to go very, 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 very carefully. I do not want to tangle the wire here. All right. This is where my wire came out. All I got to do is put the MC4 on there and that job's done. That's a long panel. Nice, got it. I'll probably put those brackets on the side anyway.
That's kind of what I figured.
Yeah. We are ready to do this. I've got it measured 30 inches back, on center, and I am going to go ahead and trace my 14-inch opening. And I'm going to cut the wood away because I've got those two puck lights in the way. So this is the hardest part about adding an air conditioner when you've already got your van built out.
You want like a 14 gauge kind of a wire you're talking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How are you gonna run the power for your AC?
Well, that's what I was talking on video. I think because this is a short distance, I feel like I can bring it into the cabinet and then out and down. I feel like that's all I can probably do.
Gotcha.
And I'm hoping that there's enough.
Yeah.
You can be a person.
Yep.
I tell you, I think I nailed the
measurement?
R's. All right, so I got the hole cut, and Sean is making me some spacers for here, and I've got my little electrical guide, and it does look like I am going to be able to run. It's a 6-gauge wire that'll be coming, and I will run it through there, and hopefully it's coming with a big Anderson connection, and I'm hoping that they don't have it together so that I can make a smaller hole. So I think I'll make a hole. Nope, I'm gonna wait. I'm just gonna unpack my cabinets. Oh, it's about to get real. There's been so many things happening with this build that I never thought I'd do. And an air conditioner, a microwave, a TV, like, I can't. Oh, wow. Over here. We'll pick this stuff out and then scoot the box. Nice. You got it? Yeah, see, this is more square as opposed to rectangle. I might get my 2 solar panels back up there.
That would be nice.
Nice. I'm gonna grab that.
Just so you got a little.
I feel like the compressors over there. My back thinks you.
I don't have a good grip yet. There we go. Oh, this is funny. If I can carry this stuff alive.
I know, right? That's nice. This goes to the air conditioner. That'll be no problem. That'll be no problem.
Are these for it?
Yeah, those are the anchor. Those ones inside the van.
Gotcha.
All right, so this section right here has to come through the wall. I'm not going to fight with wires, so I am going to drill the this bit, and if I come through here and through the ceiling, I think I'm going to be good with this. Unfortunately, I have a metal rib right there, so it will come through right over there. And oh man, we're about to make a mess now. All right, first hole, and I'm gonna try to get the wire through there. Ooh, it's dark in there. All right, I'm gonna try and get that wire through. It's gonna hit the tongue and groove on all that, but what else am I gonna do, you know? All right, Sean is getting it set up. He has got the rubber gasket on there, and I better get to work. That wire is tight. It's got a big Anderson connector right here. We connected that together on top of the roof. So now we're putting these in, and I think on mine, I'm gonna have to grind these. The short ones that came with it look too small, and or they are 100% too small. So we will. Oh, that Anderson connector. The 4 mounting bolts are in, and we've got those nuts on them. And so we're gonna put the bars on and then tighten this down. Yes. Oh, that's it. That's a big one. Don't worry about it. Oh, you know what? This is definitely gonna. This is definitely gonna cover that light, hit that light.
You said it's gonna hit the light?
Yep. I may just make something, you know, like cut around it.
In the shroud you're talking? Cut around the shroud?
Yeah. You think I can?
I mean, you could. I feel like it would look better if you didn't cut the shroud and you just let the light covered.
Well, I just don't know how tight they are, how hot they get. If they get hot, I don't wanna.
Yeah.
Did it say how many pounds of pressure?
Let me check. I'm not sure. I didn't look. Or 3.3 to 4.2 pounds per feet.
It is installed, and it is blowing some amazingly cool air. I cannot even believe this. And so small. It does hang down a little bit. The shroud's going to go over that. This light's going to clear it fine. This light is actually going to hit. So I'm going to be doing just a little tweaking on my shroud, I think. But this, yeah, this is going to be nice. This is going to be so nice. 68 degrees. Are you kidding me? All right, it's 5:15. This is test number 1. It's 91 degrees, 58% humidity. I'm going to set an alarm for 1 hour. And I just turned this thing, the Velit, on. And let's see what it does in 1 hour. right, I came in my van and I am going back out, and I don't want to keep opening and closing the doors, but 45 minutes later, it's 82 degrees and it's 45% humidity. And it's 91 outside. Those of you guys that have been following my channel for a while, you know I've been kind of hesitant on the air conditioners, the DC output air conditioners, because they always overamp our battery systems. Most of my clients use the solar power banks, whether it's EcoFlow, Blue Eddy, Anchor, or Jackery. You've got a 30 amp DC output. These air conditioners overamp the system, which means that the DC output, you're hitting 50 amps, 60 amps output. As soon as you hit over 30 amps, it's going to fault the battery. So I've really been hesitant on using a DC current air conditioner. When Velit reached out to me and they said, hey, we've got an air conditioner, but we also have a power bank that has a 120 amp DC output, I thought this could be the solution for me, for my clients, for anybody wanting a low draw air conditioner, because a lot of these air conditioners use 1600, 1400, 1100, 1800 watts of power while they're running. They overamp our system. So I was excited to go ahead and do what I said that I would never do, because a lot of them only raise the temperature in your van 10 degrees or more. And I'm happy to report that I've been happy with this Velit air conditioner. It is low profile. On the inside, a lot of people walk in my van, and because I've got the greenery up on the ceiling, they don't even notice right away that I've got an air conditioner. I like the directional vents. So if you've got multiple people in your van, they can have a vent blowing on them. But if they don't want the air blowing on them, we can turn it and blow it a different direction, and it still cools the van off. The display can be turned off at night. I do not like lights on at night. I like it as dark as possible in here. So I'm happy about that. They do run continuous. Some people would say that that is a downfall. I keep mine on eco mode and have no problem with it. It uses a little over 300 watts an hour, and that's very doable for me, especially if I just want to come into my van, just like at my meetup, turn it on for an hour and cool down. I loved having that available option to me. Now, I'm getting ready to go to Baja, and I am taking that with me. I'm getting the ComVolt in the van, and we're going to be powering that unit on the ComVolt. We're going to be testing it out. The other thing that I'm going to be testing out is I'm under an awning, and when you're sitting right outside and you're trying to have a conversation, some people, it's like, oh, that air conditioner runs continuous. I'm underneath an awning. The reverberation, I think, is pretty loud. When I'm not underneath here and I was at my meetup, it was not near as loud. I'm going to take my decibel meter with me and show you guys what that is. But I have loved having my Velit. I don't know how I would have made it this summer without it. And in the ceiling, like, it's just perfect. One of the things that I want to shout out with Velit, as opposed to some of the other air conditioners that I've installed, is I've had some clients say, oh, I had water coming in through my air conditioner. And what I have noticed in the last two that I have installed is when I am putting the shroud up, I can see a lot of light coming through. And it's through that, I don't know what you call it, the thing that you have to comb every now and then, like the ventilation area, the coils. And I can see a lot of light. And if the rain is hitting just right, it's coming through that area. The Velit is so short and compact. I haven't had that issue, and I love that because I am under the awning, but it poured at my meetup. So I did not have that issue. And I feel like some of these taller units, that is an issue. And I'm happy to report that I don't have that issue. And when I'm out there and the wind's blowing, I will update you if that changes. But it is such a low profile. It's so much smaller than some of the other air conditioners that I have been using. I ended up getting 400 watts back up on my roof, took the deck off, which I never used. So I am happy to say that I am extremely happy with my Velit air conditioner, and I will update you on the install. I'm going to show you this ComVolt battery, and I'm excited to get on the road and use this off grid and update you guys with it, especially before the season of air conditioners comes back around. And I got to get off of here because I have got 3 Velit heaters to install this week, and we're going to have to be getting on the road soon. So guys, take care. I'll see you in the next video.